Um, Welcome to Tribal, everyone. I will now bring in the members of the jury because I have remembered to bring in the members of the jury. As long as
wow, Ben, that hat.
And also just letting audience and you guys know that just because the jury, if they don't show up here, doesn't mean they're not on the jury. Fortunately, we record everything and people are still dealing with real life. So yeah, so just don't assume that the jury is only these three people. Okay, so you guys know the flow of this. I'm gonna ask some questions. We'll talk for a bit. When it comes time to vote, you will Slack me directly with who you would like to vote for. So my first question, so Ashley, how's it going?
It's going.
It's going?
The Wi-Fi is back on.
I asked this because you came back from Extinction Island and, you know, you've managed to make it to the top 6. So I'm wondering, how has it been for you since coming back from Extinction Island? Has it gotten progressively harder to convince people that you should stay and be an asset, or has it gotten a little bit easier as you've been able to prove that you can vote with people?
I think it's changed each round for me, to be honest. From the beginning, I really have personally, like, internally felt like it's been hard to connect. But so far, like, I think I'm slowly, like, building, and I think I built something and felt good, and I'm happy with where I'm at right now. And so, yeah, it was definitely hard.
So Cody, it seemed pretty pivotal for you to win yesterday, as you walked out of last tribal with your safety without power, and Mary went home, and you two were the only remaining people from Coratonga. How did you feel returning back after the challenge? Were people wanting to talk with you, or they're just like, we're going to do our own thing and you can just kind of watch as we figure it out?
As we know, Koviasa has not necessarily been as tight as these tribes that you keep bringing up, trying to break away from that. But now that it's these people left, yeah, it's interesting to see where the cracks are, because there's definitely cracks, and where I get invited into and what I get excluded from. So I think there seems to be a lot more cohesion than there is. But now, as the last one from a tribe, doesn't mean I'm a tribe anymore. It means I'm here to play with everybody. And yeah, it's been pretty interesting since yesterday.
Yeah, and in a way, I think you probably are a huge asset, not only because you can't be voted out, but because eventually Koviasa was going to need to turn on themselves, and you are now that person who can be used as a vote with. I want to know, though, did you feel any sort of regret having left last tribal council, leaving Mary to kind of be on her own?
No, I really liked playing with Mary. She was obviously pivotal for me staying in the game at one point. Fortunately, some other relationships in the game had me knowing what was going on with her and Kat previous to some of the tribals. So she played great. I would have loved to see Mary win this game. I just love her. I think she's a great person. Yes, I'm going for the jury for Mary vote. I'll just say that out loud. She's awesome. But also, that means she's really good at this, and she would have beaten me. So I was glad that for that reason, I don't have to fight against her.
But you just said you think she should win, or she should have won. If you felt that way, then why did you not return the favor of giving your advantage to her?
Because I want to win too.
Okay, and there we have it. So Myers, I want to ask you, you've been on the chopping block before, and you don't have individual immunity necklace around your neck. How are you feeling coming into this tribal?
Well, like every tribal, I know there's some chance that I'll be going home. I expect that my name will be written down tonight. I think I am trusting in relationships that I've been building this whole game with people that I may or may not have voted with every time, but I think I've been able to maintain relationships and repair fences along the way. And I suppose we'll find out soon.
Okay, So Brittany, you also, like Myers, have been on the chopping block. You know, your name has been up there with Cody's. You also are not wearing, you know, the necklace tonight. How are you feeling coming into Tribal?
Every time I come into Tribal, I feel nervous. And the only time I didn't feel maybe as nervous was when I did have immunity. But I mean, it definitely sucks to have your name written down. But I guess the only benefit of having your name written down is you already know what it feels like. So I at least can anticipate how much stress level I will be having for the evening. So
Sure, that makes sense. So Maddie, you know, I want to ask why, you know, Cody took himself out of last Tribal and his name's been, he's almost gone home a few times. Why do you think people are gunning for him so hard as opposed to any of the other people in your tribe?
I think people look at the usual factors in a game like this: physical threat, or good at challenges, or, you know, maybe we don't talk so much on Slack like other people do talk to me, or whatever it might be. So there's a million different factors that could weigh in there. But the bottom line, when we write someone's name down, it's because we know that we won't beat them at the end, you know? So that's really what it comes down to, I think.
So that differs from something that Lindsay said last Tribal, which is that she's comfortable with going to the end with someone who can beat her. Is your kind of position on that different? You only want to be at the end with people you think you can beat?
No, not necessarily, because I feel like, well, maybe I'm in a similar position as Lindsay, but like I don't, except for like the physical challenges, but I don't think I'm gonna beat most of the people on this Zoom right now in those types of challenges. I know that that's just not my strength. But I would like to be in the top 3, and I would like to be next to people that I respect in the game and that I think have played really well, because if I'm going to get no votes at the end, I'd like to be rooting for the people next to me, you know, at least.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So Lindsay, how important is it to you? You know, we did talk about last time, you were like, I would be comfortable losing to someone who I think has played a great game. Is there any difference to you, do you feel, in between someone who you think has played a great game and if you respect them? Because sometimes people can play a great game in a very non-respectful way.
Totally. And I think like there has been some people that maybe have been voted out already or that are still in that maybe aren't playing as like the same way that I am. I don't think it's necessarily respectful versus not respectful, but maybe it's just a different strategy or a different way to play. But I think definitely if like I'm at the end, like I want to be playing against people who I respect their game and I think that they should win too. Because I think that that's the only way I would want to win is by beating somebody who I think is just as good or if not better.
Sure. So in that case, the people whose names that you are writing down, do you not respect the game that they've played or respect them?
No, I think it's more just I'm not necessarily working with them or we haven't had similar end goals or it's just a different, we just haven't been aligned on people that we want in or out. It's nothing to do with not respecting their game. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually going to keep it shorter today. You guys have all answered a question and we are just going to begin the vote. So when I call your name, please Slack me directly with who you'd like to vote for. Brittany. Lindsay. Cody. Myers. Maddie. Okay, I'm going to count the votes.
Wait, what?
Ash, did I not say your name?
No.
Sorry, Ashley, send me your vote. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
I can't count. Okay, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately and will be the next member of our jury. All of you, please hold out your phones with your lights on.
I have a lighter.
First vote, Ashley. That's 1 vote, Ashley. Second vote, Ashley. That's 2 votes, Ashley. Third vote, Ashley. 3 votes, Ashley. Fourth vote, Myers. That's 1 vote, Myers, 3 for Ashley. Next vote, Myers. That's 3 for Ashley, 2 for Myers. And next person voted off of Survivor Quarantine is Ashley. Ashley, do you have anything that you want to say?
Yes. It felt really good getting voted out with a lighter. It just felt very natural, like a torch. I was so excited to come back and like be able to try and like forge these connections. You guys are so cool. And I was most upset in the beginning just because I didn't get a chance to get to know you guys. I, for one, definitely think that if I am to choose a, reality show, it's not going to be Survivor. It's probably going to be like The Amazing Race or The Bachelor. Kelsey, you're amazing. The producers are amazing. The fact that like you made everything so unique to us, it was really cool. And I'm so excited to see you guys after this on social media. And good luck with the rest of the game.
Bye, Ashley. Love you. Thank you.
I love you, Ashley.
Everyone else, this is the end for tonight. I will see you tomorrow.